a warning?
There ain't nothing to worry about.
I'm worried that you work in an office, have children, celebrate wedding anniversaries. The world of heterosexual is a sick and boring life.
From Hollywood Pictures, the loss of her husband, her family. She blames it all on Claire.
I was calling about the nanny position.
Now, all she feels is rage.
You don't know what she's capable of.
All she wants is revenge.
You're tearing this family apart.
What goes around comes around.
The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. Rated R. Starts Friday, January 10th at a theater near you.
Welcome back to the show, listeners.
Welcome back. We haven't gotten to a 90s thriller in a while. I'm very excited to talk about this movie.
A psychological thriller?
Psychological thriller.
Man, this took me back. I saw this on VHS.
This movie is insane.
And I was just thinking, there was mania for this movie. It was everywhere. It was a big deal. I'm glad we're talking about it today. It is a cult classic. Listeners,
get ready.
Get ready. My name's Pete.
I'm Scott, and these are the movies that made us gay. Chris Gallo from the Golden Girls poster, one of our favorite guests. We have been meaning to get to this movie for years.
Hello, I know it's been a while. Did you guys get the wind chime I sent you?
I mean,
hang up?
It's outside of our window right now. I grew up with wind chimes, so is it supposed to be kind of like a neurotic thing is to get a wind chime?
No, I think it's just,
I don't know.
Painting Julianne Moore's character as a bitch.
Yeah, when Julianne Moore
bitch.
sees the wind chime, she like rolls her eyes pretty much on screen.
Yeah, like it's like she hung up like, I don't know, like what, like a dead cat or something.
Yeah,
like, what is that?
Or like they still have their Christmas lights up in July or something. Like, just like the epitome of like low class tack. But we're getting far ahead of ourselves. Chris, welcome back to the show. Thank you for picking this movie, of course.
Long time coming for the podcast.
Yep.
Is talking about this movie. Yeah. A first time watch for me.
Yeah.
I can't believe I went this long of my life without watching this.
I did not realize you had never seen it before.
Yeah, inaugural watch for this one. But Scott, why don't you go ahead and get it out of the way? What do we talk about today?
We watched The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, directed by Curtis Hanson, written by Amanda Silver, released January 10th, 1992. The film was a huge financial success in early 92, grossing $140 million on a conservative $11 million budget, making it one of the most profitable movies of 1992. The home video release was equally as successful as it was one of the most rented movies of the year.
Yeah, that's true. Like I said, this movie was big business. I remember it was just kind of everywhere. It made it made the two female leads household names for a while. Julianne Moore, I feel like it didn't quite boost her into the stratosphere, but I think for the two leads, Annabella Sciorra and Rebecca De Mornay, I think it really kind of brought them to national attention. Scott was not aware of Annabella Sciorra at all.
No, I'm not super familiar with this actress.
Not having seen Jungle Fever or The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. But I think aside from those two movies, it's kind of really...
She was giving me Brooke Adams from Days of Heaven.
Yep.
I know that is a very weird pull, but she reminded me of Brooke Adams.
Yeah, I know who Brooke Adams is. What she's in something else that I've seen. I can't think of off the top of my head, but I know who you're talking about. I actually just watched like a few years ago for the first time Whispers in the Dark, which is another like erotic thriller from like the 90s. I think she did it like the year after. Okay. Which is also a movie I recommend. Sometimes I go through these phases where I watch just like these trashy 90s thrillers.
Blank from Hell movie.
Blank from Hell. Okay, so we've got The Nanny from Hell.
The Girlfriend from Hell, Fatal Attraction, or The Mistress from Hell.
The Child from Hell.
Ooh. Yeah, we love a bad seed. We love a child from hell.
Yeah.
Poison Ivy was kind of like the Lolita teenager from hell.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But no, I mean this movie definitely for me. I didn't grow up on Risky Business, so I didn't really have Rebecca De Mornay kind of in my wheelhouse, in my back pocket. So this one was the one that kind of she blew up. It was everywhere. I feel like it was polarizing with critics, right? They didn't all love it.
I was looking at the Rotten Tomatoes score.
Yeah,
it's in the 60s, which is about
60s.
right.
But it was such a fan favorite that, it was all people could talk about.
Yeah, I mean, I was only a kid when it came out.
Yeah.
I was probably was 92, so I was like turning like 9 that year. But I remember the TV commercials like all the time about it's that like it's like the killer nanny movie.
Yeah.
And I just remember seeing it like at the video store. I just remember people talking about it. I'm sure like my mom like rented. I'm sure everyone's like mom rented, or went to go like see it, on a date night or with like, friends or whatever. That's kind of like my concept or awareness of it at the time. Everyone kind of talking about and seeing the TV spots all the time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I was in 8th or 9th grade when it came out, and I just like you said, everywhere. MTV News. What was a movie show on MTV with Chris Connolly where they would talk about movies and stuff. It was just all over.
We're going to talk about the MTV Movie Awards later.
We're going to talk about the movie awards, but yeah, it was very zeitgeisty, as they say. I think my parents, again, like you, must have just rented it, and I just snagged it and watched it then. But I hadn't really gone back to it that often. But I know it does have this kind of like, kind of trashy, kind of, reputation. It's a little VC Andrews. It's a little, it's a little pulpy. But I'm telling you, we watched it last night, and we were just like,
I was shocked at a lot of moments.
Really?
We were shocked, and we're gonna talk about a lot of those. In
the first 10 minutes, it's like crazy, like all this.
Crazy!
That happens.
It just starts.
From the jump.
Yeah. These casting directors brought in Annabella Sciorra and Rebecca De Mornay, and we're like, all right, you two have to be ready to whip them titties out.
Rebecca De Mornay went in to read for what's her name? Who's the mother?
Peyton? Oh, the mother?
It's
Claire.
Claire.
Yeah. Claire Bartel.
She went in to read for Claire, and then they ended up casting her as
Peyton.
This iconic villain.
Yeah.
Well, some of the things that I was reading about as far as like casting and all that was Rebecca De Mornay, before this movie's released, is lobbying hard for Tinkerbell and Hook.
I think that also her name was in for Thelma and Louise.
Sure.
Too.
And she doesn't get Hook. And she's disappointed, and she's like, okay, you know what? I was really going for this family movie vibe. I really wanted to do this thing. Let's just switch it up and, go in a complete different direction. Gets Hand That Rocks a Cradle, and I believe it knocks Hook out of the number one spot.
Sure, because Hook would have been a holiday holdover.
Yeah.
Right. Because this came out in January, correct?
And I was
like
reading
January
that they
10th.
did sneak previews at the end of December to get audiences excited for it, just kind of as a big way to market the movie. And it just got really good word of mouth up to its release. I love a good trashy January movie, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Give me like A Boy Next Door.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So immediately as we're watching this movie, I see in the credits as we're like preparing, I'm seeing, my good friend John Delancey is in this movie. Q from Star Trek: The Next Generation, right? I'm like, oh my God, Q is in this movie. All right, this is my weekly Star Trek like moment. Like, wow, this is really
Pete's Star Trek
This is really
corner.
cool. This is Pete's Star Trek corner. Q's in this movie. He's not only in Star Trek Next Generation, he's in all the other iterations at that time.
And he's the doctor, right? He's the doctor.
Is he the OBGYN?
No, he's not. Okay. Oh, he's in this movie. I'm sorry. In this movie, yes. He's not the doctor in Star Trek. Yes.
Oh, I'm not a Star Trek. No, yeah, I'm not a Trekkie, so.
He is Dr. Mott. He is the impetus for this entire movie. He's the reason everything goes down.
I was not seeing any of that plot line coming, and I was shocked when that scene happened.
So, okay, but first off, I'm like, wow, that's interesting. John Delancey's in this movie. I love it. Not only is he a fan favorite character on Star Trek and has been in numerous shows playing this character, since the beginning. He's in the pilot of Next Generation, so he's been there since '87, like all these years. Not only that, but he is a Pasadena resident and shops at both Scott and My Trader Joe's.
No.
Yeah. So
local celebrity.
He is my old pal, John Delancey. Right. So I'm like, wow, that's cool. So then the movie starts and then it says casting by Junie Lowry Johnson. And I'm like, oh shit, me, the big Star Trek idiot. Like, yeah, I know the casting director from Star Trek The Next Generation by name, right? I don't know her, but like you see the names in the credits.
You recognize it, right?
And I recognize the name and I was like, oh, that makes sense. She cast Star Trek. So I'm like, oh shit, there's other Star Trek people in this. So Michael Bartel, the husband, played by Matt McCoy, is also from Star Trek. Okay, he's in the famous Next Generation episode. And so I'm like, all right, it's all falling into place. Now, it's kind of the end of my Star Trek rant, but I do want to go off a little bit later on about Matt McCoy, who plays the husband, Michael Bartel.
Golden Girls guest star.
Who is he on the Golden Girls?
Okay.
He's the hot priest from the Christmas episode when they go to the shelter.
He's the young priest. Yeah. I forgot about that.
She Rose says, how come Mary and Joseph didn't call ahead for reservations? And he's like, right. I guess that's one for the theologians, Rose.
Yeah, he doesn't have the beard in Golden Girls.
I didn't know there was going to be children. Might be Arthur for you.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, Junie Lowry Johnson, wherever you are, thank you. You cast this movie. You did a great job because...
He's very skinny when he takes his shirt off.
I mean, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
He's thinner than you think he is.
He's thinner than you think he is.
When he's shirtless in that scene, you're like, oh, damn.
Because he's wearing these big baggy pants that are up to his
It's 92.
Belly button.
Yeah, it's 92.
Corduroy baggy pants.
The pants are billowy. They're pleated. There's so many pleats. They're very high-waisted. And all of his, sweaters, he's wearing, Dr. Huxtable, big, chunky, knit, squishy sweaters, and the big beard. So he's all those layers. He takes the shirt off, and you're like, oh, little beanpole under there. But, I mean, yeah, the casting of this movie is kind of crazy because, again, like we said, young Julianne Moore is in this playing a wild character. We love Marlene Craven.
Iconic name.
Oh my!
High-powered realtor.
With the magnifying glass ready to go.
The magnifying glass at the ready. She is your local real estate bitch in Seattle. She will sell your house.
Oh, I love the Seattle setup. Is this one of the first big movies to be set in Seattle?
Oh, I don't know.
No, Harry and the Hendersons.
Hey,
Harry and the Hendersons, yeah.
Just watched that.
We just revisited Harry and the Hendersons.
I love that movie.
Good Seattle cinema. We're going to talk about Ernie Hudson.
Oh, my God.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. And Madeline Zima from The Nanny.
Screen debut.
Yeah, screen debut of Madeline Zima.
Oh, is she one of the kids in the show?
Yeah, she's the youngest daughter on The Nanny.
She's the one that's not from Beethoven?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. And her deal on the show is that she's a little kid, but she's in therapy. So she's always telling them about...
She's trying to analyze people.
Oh, Nanny fine, blah, 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 my therapist. But she's 10 or whatever.
I was reading a little bit about Amanda Silver, who wrote this movie, and she started this movie as her film school thesis, and she completed early drafts of this in college, and she sold it to the studio to make. I can't remember what studio produced this movie. Is it a...
It's Hollywood. It's
Hollywood Pictures. Oh, that's nostalgic.
So it's Disney.
It's Disney.
So it's like Disney's adults. One of their. It's not Touchstone. It's the other one.
This would have been their Hulu brand.
Right.
Back then.
Yeah, this would have been
But Amanda Silver, kind of an interesting screenwriter that you might not be familiar with Amanda Silver, but when you look at her filmography, she's kind of
Eye for an eye.
She's kind of a go-to writer for hire for studios. Like she's brought in for these cool little genre thrillers. Eye for an Eye with Sally Field. Yep. I did not know that she wrote that, but
I love that.
That totally checks out. She also went on to write the Planet of the Apes reboots in the 2010s with her husband, Rick Jaffa. And she has wrote a number of big Hollywood blockbusters. A few of them are Jurassic World and the live-action Mulan. Very interesting.
And the Avatar sequels.
And the Avatar sequels. So she pretty much rewrote Jim's scripts probably. That's probably what it was.
Because I wondered if her writing partner, they are married, because I noticed that a lot of her credits are with Rick Jaffa, but this one she only has a solo credit. But I think has a producer or executive producer credit. I did notice his name in the credits, so I wonder if maybe they met on this movie and then teamed up. Yeah, because I think Eye for an Eye was like right after this. It was like a few years later, which is another trashy favorite of mine.
Sally Field and Kiefer Sutherland.
Oh my, yeah, it's like Sally Field does Death Wish.
Oh,
which is like it's like Death Wish for the gays, basically. I mean, there's like a lesbian character in it that's just like, oh, like she's a lesbian, okay, and like it's not a big deal. It's pretty cool.
Love it. Love it. Yeah. I mean, good for her. That's such a kind of a cool thing for, for your thesis project to be a screenplay, and it gets developed and it becomes the
sold
fucking
to a studio.
Hand that walks the cradle.
It gets sold to Disney.
That's awesome.
Damn. That's good on her. And then now she's friggin' writing Avatar.
She could do whatever she wants. Yeah.
So I also love the new Planet of the Apes movies too. I think they're really well done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, agreed.
I mean,
I never saw the most recent one.
Oh, it's so good.
Well, much like Eye for an Eye,
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Much like Eye for an Eye, there's a gay orangutan, and there's nothing we can do about it. And it's just it's just an offhand comment that you're like, wait, did that orangutan just wait? Did I hear that right?
Boy.
Yeah. Very interesting little moment in that movie.
Okay.
So
Disney just put a new
Silver.
Planet of the Apes movie on their release schedule. I wonder if she's writing it.
Don't know.
Yeah.
We'll have to look at her in development.
Upcoming.
Yeah, upcoming. But yeah, so we know this cast is stellar. Well, okay. First of all, we were talking a little bit about Annabella Sciorra earlier, and your thoughts on who she was giving. But this character is Claire Bartel. I don't know how I feel about Claire.
She kind of stresses me out.
She's I'm
She loves her greenhouse. That's all she wants to do.
This goddamn greenhouse
is this freaking greenhouse.
Her
and I get it. I like to garden. I like flowers and stuff. But like, she needs to hire a nanny because she's too busy with the greenhouse, building a greenhouse in her yard. What a horrible life she has.
With a newborn. You've got a freaking newborn, and you're like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to build a second tiny house made of glass in my backyard. What? Woman,
I don't know.
Let your baby grow up.
Her and this damn inhaler too.
This fucking inhaler.
When she broke out that inhaler, I'm like, all right.
Here we go. Here's some foreshadowing.
Here's some setup, and we're going to pay this off later.
Yeah, can we talk about the inhaler? I don't have asthma. I've had to use an inhaler in the past.
Yeah.
Being like sick.
Yeah.
And I even Googled this, like how to use an inhaler if you have asthma.
1,000% using it wrong.
And I'm fairly certain you're supposed to put your whole mouth on it and then take a deep breath and inhale and wait. She like throws it up to her mouth like
like she's taking a little puff of a cigarette.
Yeah. It's like it's like a vape.
I can't tell if it's like if it's a directorial choice. Like Curtis Hanson is like, just squirt it in your mouth
Yeah.
or whatever.
Oh,
or she's
what?
like, I'm not putting my mouth on this.
That's prop
Like,
inhaler.
I don't know.
She needs to.
I don't know where it's been.
She needs to take a page from the Sean Astin class of on-screen inhaler work.
Yeah.
Watch The Goonies.
I mean, yes, his work is like Oscar worthy compared to what she's doing.
It's
with
the
this
high
inhaler.
water mark
I don't know.
of using inhalers in a movie. I could be completely wrong on
But
that.
I think that the whole thing with Sean Astin's inhaler isn't the joke that he doesn't really need it, and at the end he's like, "What is this even doing for me? Nothing."
Kind of,
And then
yeah.
he throws it over his shoulder.
Yeah, he
But
also
she
uses
definitely
it way
needs
too much.
it.
Yo, she
because
needs
every
it,
time
yeah.
she has a panic, it's like her panic attack inhaler.
Yes. Because that's how that works, right? You get like a mild
I don't know.
inconvenience.
My
You just have
apologies to everyone that
asthma
has asthma.
I know. Sorry, our asthma.
I would imagine that
Contingent.
probably for people that have asthma, it's just as triggering as Julia's diabetic fit in Steel Magnolias. That it's probably not at all like it is in real life.
Listen, you leave Shelby out
Drink
of
the
this.
juice.
You leave her out of this. Because Shelby
Okay,
Eaton
but
Latchery
Scott,
can do no wrong.
did you think she was a goner at the end when she like passes out on like the porch?
That
in the
moment,
movie?
I mean, she's their protagonist.
Like,
she can't be
no.
dead, right?
I knew that
Yeah,
she couldn't be dead.
That like shot of her face, and she's like all like pale and like turning blue,
And
like
the shallow breaths.
It's like really disturbing.
It is.
And you're like, how is she like gonna live? I still don't really get it. I don't know like how soon someone came home, but
Yeah.
good for Claire.
Or was it one of those things that like the little quick 911 call that they had? They're like, okay,
Yeah, they must have- yeah.
triangulating location. Like it was a landline.
Yeah.
They can send somebody out there.
They trace the call.
Yeah, yeah. You mentioned it. We really didn't talk that much about it, but I mean, this is directed by Curtis Hanson,
So interesting.
director of
Not the
8 Mile.
first Curtis Hanson movie
Yes.
that we've talked about on the podcast. We have done Bad Influence.
Gosh,
Okay,
yeah,
you didn't do the
Bad-
River Wild, did you?
We have not. I didn't grow up on the River Wild. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Is that
That's another,
Kevin Bacon?
Kevin Bacon and Meryl.
And
That's like
Meryl.
Meryl's Die Hard.
Meryl's
Die Hard on a
Hard.
raft.
Yeah.
Die Hard on a raft.
Not Die Hard on a raft. I mean, if Curtis Hanson had a vibe or a kind of aesthetic, how would you describe it?
Curtis Hanson's made all sorts
Yeah,
of movies.
he's kind of all over the shop with everything, right?
I mean, your obvious reference is L.A. Confidential,
Correct.
and I couldn't think of a movie different than Hand That Rocks the Cradle.
In Her Shoes and
In
LA
Her
Confidential.
Shoes, yep.
I
And
love
8 Mile.
Shoes. And 8 Mile.
Yeah.
And he's an actor in he's in the movie Adaptation. He plays Meryl Streep's like husband.
Oh shit.
In Adaptation. I don't think he has any lines, but he's like because he's a director that I recognize because I don't know if I've just seen lots of behind the scenes documentaries. Sure. But if you look him up, I feel like I find he looks familiar, and I know he's passed away like fairly recently. I thought like the last couple years.
Ago.
Oh, okay. What's that?
Oh,
long
he
ago?
directed
Yeah,
Losing
yeah.
It with Tom Cruise.
Okay, but I know he definitely like got his hands started in like trashy stuff because he did.
Yeah.
Oh, what was the other one he did? Like the bedroom. Did he do the bedroom window? Let me see.
Yes, he did. He did The Bedroom Window,
Okay,
1987.
I watched that like fairly recently too.
Okay.
So it looks like he started with teenage sex comedies and then kind of went to thrillers. And then ended up doing, I mean,
he went right from this to River Wild and then right to LA Confidential.
yeah.
Wow.
So like an Oscar nomination. Which
Oh,
is
he directed
pretty cool.
Wonder Boys.
Yeah.
Oh, Wonder Boys,
that's
which I've
another
still
one.
never seen.
Oh, Wonder Boys is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. This whole movie
Yeah,
is
what
just
an
kind
interesting
of
filmography
crazy.
of one Mr. Curtis Hanson.
Yeah, but not just his filmography. This movie's like crazy pedigree. This like first time like college thesis screenplay that got picked up. How
It's a really great elevator pitch of a movie that you could easily sell this script to studio executives in under 5 minutes, probably.
Oh, I'm sure. Was there in the research you did? Was there like a bidding war at all, or like were people like? It almost
read
feels
anything,
like
yeah.
Okay, it does feel like a script that you could see studios kind of fighting over.
Well, especially trying to chase the wild success of a movie like Fatal Attraction. I can see that kind of being a big draw in the late 80s of what else do you got that we can kind of replicate the success of that movie.
Right. I also wonder, I wanted to bring up, and I don't know if this is something you guys thought about, is that the year 1992 is like the year of like the woman. It's like there's so many female driven like
year
movies.
of the woman.
and I think it's a post Thelma and Louise thing.
Yeah.
Because Thelma and Louise came out in 1991, and you look at 1992 and there's things like Basic Instinct, Death Becomes Her,
A League of Their Own.
A League of Their Own. Even this Single White Female is also this year.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
There you go. I mean, there's just, I don't know. I don't know if like, I just find it interesting that all these movies with, you know, female lead characters kind of all came out in the same year. I think it's kind of like, it's pretty wild.
No, yeah, but was this actually the year of the woman at the Oscars? That was when Barbara was nominated for.
Well,
what year
The
was
Prince
that?
of Tides was 91.
Okay.
right.
So this would have been around
It
the
would have
time
been,
of the
Yeah,
Oscars.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was that time. That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, I
don't
mean,
know.
the two leads, like we were saying, I think they're kind of killing it. Rebecca De Mornay's, first of all, one of the big deals about Rebecca De Mornay, this may mean nothing to more than half of our audience, but Rebecca De Mornay's father. Do either of you know who Rebecca De Mornay's father is?
I don't think so.
I don't know. But
Okay,
I don't know.
Rebecca De Mornay's father is Wally George, right? And that means nothing to so many people. Wally George was a conservative talk show host, but he was based off of like Southern California, like public access. He was on KDOC, which is like the Orange County network that aired like it was like PBS in Orange County. In LA County, it was KCET, it was Channel 28. But in Orange County, it was KDOC, it was Channel 56. And they would show Sesame Street, Mr. Rogers, and all that stuff. But then at night, it would just turn into like a free-for-all. It became like public access. And he had a talk show. And his whole thing is he had white hair, but it's in like a page boy, like little boy blue.
I need to
like,
look up a picture of
haircut.
him.
Yeah. Just white, right? Page boy like Bob, and he would wear a suit, and it was a talk show set, and so he's got a desk, and then behind him there's a picture of the space shuttle, and then everybody in the audience was like Jerry Springer, like on methamphetamine.
Oh, this looks like an SNL sketch when I'm looking at pictures
crazy.
of Wally George.
It was just American flag, space shuttle launching, and then just like white dudes in the audience screaming. And then he would just have like real like gotcha journalism. Like he would have like cross dressers and like, you know, whatever. And then the audience would just and like fat people and like, I don't know, whatever.
Was it sort of like a Phil Donahue?
No, it was worse.
Type of thing?
It was like Richard Bay. It was like Jerry.
Richard Bay.
It was like worse
With
than
like
Springer.
bad sound effects.
Yes.
elephant
Father of
sound effects.
combat TV.
The mooing cows on. Yeah, it was like
no.
Richard Bay meets, you know, Springer, but he would just get mad and yell at them, and like it was crazy. And like you knew Wally George because it would just be on at like absurd hours, and you'd just be changing the channel and be like, oh, there's that crazy talk show. And then so he's her father.
Well, I'm sure that he loved that she did a movie like Risky Business.
Oh, right.
In the 80s.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm looking up pictures of him, and he looks familiar, and he also reminds me of like the scary guy from like Poltergeist, like 2 or something.
Oh,
He looks a little like the
like
Reverend.
Kane.
Reverend
Yeah,
Kane.
Reverend King.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like even in this movie, like Rebecca De Mornay, Peyton, or I mean, is that even her name, Mrs. Mott?
Yeah, it's interesting because in the beginning of the movie, I don't know. I'm trying to think if they ever say her first name. They always say
They call her
Mrs. Mott.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mrs. Dr. Mott. Yeah, she always seemed to me as a very like sophisticated lady, and I was always like, "Oh my god, that's your dad? That's wild."
That's wild. That's crazy.
But
wow.
yeah, but this character is nutso. Like this character is
All right. Well, before we
out
get
of
into that,
control.
I mean,
Yeah.
from the jump, the introduction of Ernie Hudson, I was like, "Oh my god, what are we getting into with all of this that's going on?"
yeah.
Like, it's one of those things that we don't see this type of
Well, you can't.
character
You can't do it
anymore,
anymore.
for a number of years. That when you do see it, it's kind of shocking.
It's yeah. So, I mean, is Radio kind of like the last time we saw him?
Oh no.
Actors playing mentally disabled.
Yeah.
I Am Sam. I think Radio was after I Am Sam, though. I'm not sure.
Yeah. But this is his character. He is someone who, he lives at a group home, and
He's come to build their fence.
yes,
I believe.
Claire has reached out to the the group home to have someone there come to their house and help her build a white picket fence, which becomes
We're going to pay that off later.
This becomes very important later.
I was surprised that they didn't kind of like show off like, ooh, these like super sharp, pointy.
Look at how sharp and pointy this fence is.
Yeah. There wasn't the real setup of like, hey,
But I love the
fence.
concept. But I love the concept of him asking her, like, do you want this to keep people in or keep people out? And that's such a fascinating kind of setup for what's going to transpire.
Yeah. And what did she say? Like a little bit of both. Yeah, that's all around. Just keep everything out. But I mean, for what it's worth and for what the script is, I mean, Ernie Hudson's,
I think
He
he's good.
he saves the
He's
day at the
good
end.
in the role.
He's doing good work. Yeah. You love Solomon.
I think it's cute. He like startles her. Of course, she sees like this African American guy snooping through a window, and her first instinct is to scream, and you just go, "Oh God, no!" But so it's kind of a fun intro,
right?
To the character, or whatever. But I kind of like how much they become very close, and how much their daughter likes him, and like Solomon's my friend.
Yeah.
And it's weird and cutesy in a way that doesn't really happen in real life, but it's so 90s like Americana kind of.
Well, I mean, Claire is real quick to just be like, yes, come into our home. No kind of background check, no nothing.
I wrote down background check in big bold letters underlined in my notes, because this whole thing could have been saved by a background check.
I mean, just a quick little...
Maybe that didn't exist to the extent it does.
Yeah.
Can we at least get a driver's license?
Yeah,
because you're not Googling somebody in 1992, but I mean, if you are hiring
a resume, as Dorothy Zbornak would say,
a resume.
I don't know. She just shows up and stops her daughter's bus, and I love all the little things that she does to be like, look at how great I am.
Right,
and Claire's so like
all of the business with the earring.
Yeah, I saved your child from your earring.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
I do love that
genius.
Eventually she realizes. Yeah,
No,
but it's good. Yeah.
But all the little tricks, the way she sets something up, that's where there's a lot of setup and payoff. Where she's like, "Ooh, me and you, Emma, we're gonna have a secret, and we're not gonna, and then there's secrets being kept from the mother, and like all these little things are kind of like she plants these little seeds, and then they pay off later on, and you're like, okay, Peyton is a genius, but. Even in 1992, when there's no Google, there should be a better way to vet someone that's going to live in your house and handle your newborn child.
We were definitely a very trusting society back then.
Isn't there some kind of like a agency for nannies?
Well, they talk about that.
She kind of just says offhandedly, like, "Oh, I'm from whoever."
Well, no, she said that.
Are you?
Yes. Well, she says that she didn't come from the agency. She was just like, knew that Claire was looking for a nanny.
She was just hearing some of the other nannies at a park. And that they needed help.
No. Red flag.
No, that's not how you do it.
But she's a beautiful white woman, Pete.
This is true. In pleated pants and a
pants.
sweater wrapped around her shoulders.
Oh my God, I want her red cardigan for at the end of the movie. I love that outfit. I need to be her for Halloween one year.
The setup of everything with the OBGYN.
Dr. Mott.
Yeah,
Dr.
what did you think of that?
It took me by surprise.
Wow.
That I was like,
It's wild. It's wild.
This
Because
is crazy.
It is 5 minutes into the movie.
You are under 10 minutes into this movie.
It's like 5 minutes in the movie. There's like a mentally challenged character played by someone who's not mentally challenged. There is like sexual assault.
Yeah.
And Annabella Sciorra is wearing she's wearing fake boobs, because I don't know if you notice, you can see the neckline.
Is she wearing a breastplate?
It's a
yeah.
Wow, I didn't notice. Okay.
They kind of cut around it, but there are some shots where you can see the makeup line at her neck.
Sure. Now, listen, Annabella, beautiful woman, lovely Italian Mediterranean features on her. The eyebrows.
It's the 90s.
They're killing me.
You know. Yeah.
They're killing me.
I do like
it's the early 90s.
I do love
she doesn't have the super thin.
I do love a
Stefani.
strong brow on a woman.
It was
though.
a very strong brow on her. She has a very handsome face. She's definitely giving. She could be from Sicily in 1922.
Yeah, she's definitely giving European vibes.
Yeah. But no, this movie doesn't pull any punches when it comes to
waste zero time.
These big moments, right? You get she's going to get sexually assaulted by this skeezy doctor, and we are going to see it. And you're like, whoa.
I at least like that the screenplay does cut to the aftermath very quickly, that it doesn't dwell too much on
right.
everything that is going to happen, and we just cut to the end result.
Yeah.
Right.
Do we like that we don't see Peyton / Mrs. Mott before any of this? We see her at this hearing of your assets and the house.
Do you almost feel like
that.
it should have been a reveal of who she is? I think you would have to structure the screenplay very differently.
We have
to know early.
We have to know. But also I like that they don't give us is she a stone cold bitch? Is she whatever? We kind of all we get is her husband's just unalived himself.
She miscarries.
A lot of tragedy.
You can connect the dots.
She's
as the viewer.
Yeah.
And this is where we are moving forward. Okay. So she's kind of a blank slate, but we're able to be okay.
I think it works with Rebecca's performance.
Yeah.
She does give when she's at that hearing or whatever it is, they're talking about her husband's assets or whatever, and they're telling her how she's you can stay in the house until you have your baby, and then you have to make other arrangements. And she sits up and she kind of is she's in pain. And the guy's oh, are you okay? And she gives him this death stare.
She gives that death stare to David Silver's dad.
She you could see the evil in her eyes. It's you almost what's coming.
Yeah. Well, he says something "Can I help you?" or "Do you need help?" And she's just really, bitch.
Yeah.
Can you help me? Yeah. So I think that's where you get a little bit of the type of woman that she is. The look is just oh no, don't even fucking talk to me, you piece of shit. Yeah. And that's.
It's De Mornay. Rebecca De Mornay.
Oh my god! I've been saying that since before we watched the movie. Do you watch Seinfeld at all?
I've seen a bunch of episodes, but I wasn't a big Seinfeld, so I don't know if I know that reference. But I know a lot of the soup Nazi, puffy shirt. I know all that kind of stuff.
She
the
works
weird
at
dance.
The braless wonder.
The
braless wonder. She, Rebecca De Mornay is a character. She works at a homeless shelter in their neighborhood. And she's just a woman that works there, and her name just happens to be Rebecca De Mornay. And she always introduces herself by saying, I'm Rebecca De Mornay from the homeless shelter, and everybody's always like, "What?"
She's in like several episodes.
It's one episode, but it might be
Okay.
two because there's the one with the muffin tops because Elaine opens the top of the muffin to you, but instead of just making the muffin top, like what's that?
What is that coffee
place? The Dutch Bros.
Yeah,
where they like literally just make a muffin top.
The top. Yep.
Top of the muffin to
That's
you.
the best one.
They made the whole muffin.
Do they donate the
cut
bottom
off the
half
top
to the
and they donated,
homeless shelter?
They donated the stumps to the homeless shelter, and Rebecca De Mornay was like, "The homeless don't want to eat these.
That's so fun.
Is garbage."
I was literally just having this muffin conversation with friends the other day. I was talking about how I used to make muffins when I was a kid, and we used to make like Jiffy muffins, and we used to like, when they were done, we used to cut the muffin top off and throw away the bottom because the top was the best. We should have donated them.
Should have done it. No, they wouldn't have wanted them. They would have brought them back. But yeah, I'm constantly saying Rebecca De Mornay. Oh man. But yeah, I mean, I think in that little bit of dialogue and that little look that you're like, okay, is she just this stone cold, like, you know, this house that they're in is no joke. So I mean, she's used to a certain lifestyle.
There's a lot of beautiful Seattle real estate in this movie.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And you can see the background. You can see the Space Needle.
Yes.
Like when Claire drives up, and I'm like, wow.
You can see the whole sound from
what a great view.
So the Motts are like, you know, they're doing all right, but you know, this is all dirty money. But
she's like I was gonna say she's like Parker Posey in the third season of White Lotus. She's like, I think I'm used to a certain kind of lifestyle.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And now she's like, you bitch took it all away from me. So when she comes to the Bartels and immediately just grabs that baby and starts nursing that baby, like from jump. She's got a plan.
Psycho.
I'm going to nurse the baby. And she just really befriends the daughter. And we are both dying at the scene at the playground.
It's my favorite scene of the whole movie.
It is so good. I love when
gay icon.
When characters swear at little kids in movies. It's like catnip to me.
She said, fuck them kids.
Being mean to school children. Love it.
So they're having
literally school children at school, on the playground. I love how she just walks up to the playground.
There's no yard monitor. There's no yard mother or a teacher. These kids are just out there on their own.
Oh god!
And this woman. So when the daughter Emma is just like, oh, there's this boy, and he fucks with me, and he says if I tell anybody, I'm dead meat. And she goes, well, what'd your mom do? What'd your mom say? And she's like, oh, she can't do anything about it. You're like, damn. So immediately,
secret club.
So I remembered something was going to happen, and I remembered this scene kind of being a moment at the time, but I didn't remember exactly how it went down. And as soon as she said that thing about the boy, I was like, "Oh, she's going to shake the shit out of that kid. Mm-hmm. She's going to grab that kid and shake him." And then, man, all the other kids are just watching. She's just like. Twisting that fucking arm. Great. I love it. The way she walks over to that little boy, just on a mission.
Yeah, it's like she works for Tony Soprano or something.
Yeah. She's gonna fuck a kid up.
Oh my god, it's so good.
But this is all in her efforts to get the daughter on her side, right?
Yes. She's turning everyone against Claire.
Yeah. So we should talk about Julianne Moore as Marlene Craven. We've already kind of discussed her a little bit, but this relationship that the husband has, this is his ex-girlfriend from college or high school or whatever.
Yeah.
And now her new boyfriend.
I thought it hinted at childhood friends too.
Yeah, I kind of get that they know each
later
other
went to school with each other.
But they had dated at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But they're all friends now. But Julianne Moore is just this,
she's smoking.
She smokes Reds.
She smokes Marlboro Reds.
Influence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When they went out to their little like dinner or whatever, and Julianne Moore's hair is pulled back into a ponytail, and she has this little like bang moment happening.
You love the little bang.
This hairsprayed bang was killing me. It was just one little like boop right in the corner. It was very like that was so styled. I love it. We're gonna have to post pictures of that because it was crazy. I was dying at the bangs, but
I love her introduction. I love how she just like barges in and is like, "This place isn't gonna hold our reservation."
Listen.
She's so like bossy.
Yeah.
I love it, bossy bitch.
Yeah, they are setting up for us that this Marlene Craven is not to be trifled with.
She's eventually going to be her foil.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, she does a good job. Like, I think Julianne Moore plays this character very well.
This is where you can really see that Julie came from soaps. This is kind of how she approaches a scene like this. I mean, she was on As the World Turns for years. And she played twins. She had an evil twin on that show.
Oh, my God. She played her own evil twin?
Yeah.
I love it.
Doing some fine work here.
Yes, yes. But, like, okay. The whole thing with, like, setting it up so that the husband and Marlene Craven have to, like, meet under, like, clandestine circumstances.
Planning the surprise party.
Surprise party. It's crazy. What happens if the husband's like, maybe we should cancel the party? What is... Something happens.
It's when Ernie Hudson.
Oh, yeah.
It's everything with Ernie Hudson.
She plants like the little girls like undies and Ernie Hudson's like little bike.
Had the proposal thing happened yet?
Yes, that already happened.
That already happened. Yeah.
That she was supposed to like.
Also, bro, do you not have a fax?
Yeah.
I'm sure you're a yuppie that has a fax machine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you can quickly fax that over.
Yeah.
They could have faxed.
Save another copy.
Yeah, or
that's like the only copy.
Well,
I don't get it.
She said that she stayed up late with him typing it out.
Right.
So it is like the only copy. So he probably had this all in his notes, and then he dictated it to her, and she typed it.
This doesn't seem very efficient.
That's so like.
I think this is a you problem.
That's very
dude.
70s.
Yeah.
Like you don't have a word processor at this point. It's 1992. You live in Seattle.
Dorothy Bornak had a word processor in one episode.
What's his bullshit movie job? Like a geneticist or something?
I don't even know.
He does whatever Harrison Ford does in What Lies Beneath.
Yeah. But whatever it is, he's got money. And those word processors where it literally was a typewriter with a tiny little screen on it.
Yes.
But still, it would save your entire document. And then you print it out again.
Especially something that's so important.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're not saving that shit.
Crazy town. But, you know, she's fucking things up. When Peyton rips it up in the bathroom stall.
Oh, my God. That's
at
like
the
one of my
Arboretum.
favorite scenes.
Oh, my God. Dead.
I love some of the shots in this movie, like the above
below,
camera, like in the stall. And I remember that was one of those iconic scenes that I remember from the trailers and the TV spots of her like with the plunger going like crazy in this bathroom stall. And Robert Elswit.
I was going to say Robert Elswit.
Yeah,
Oscar-winning cinematographer for There Will Be Blood.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy. But like, good for him doing all these trashy movies. I think he did. I think he did River Wild as well. So he must have been working with Curtis Hanson regularly. I wonder if he did L.A. Confidential.
I'm sure he did L.A. Confidential.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you know, like we're saying, Peyton does all these things where she sets this stuff up to make Claire think she's like going crazy. She like rips up this one of a kind proposal. She sets up this crazy like situation with Ernie Hudson, Solomon, and the daughter, makes them believe that the daughter is being abused.
Mm-hmm. But let's remember why she does that to
because
him.
he saw her breastfeeding.
He sees her like breastfeeding through the window.
Yeah.
And she has some choice words.
Oh well, earlier in the movie, like Ernie Hudson's like saying something, la la la, and I was like, "Well, I hope she doesn't do anything to Ernie Hudson." And Scott goes, "Oh, she's gonna kill Ernie Hudson.
She's going to destroy this poor man." Yeah. She gives him a look when she first meets him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that was when. I was like, well, I hope she doesn't do anything to him. And he's like, oh, she's going to kill him. But, yeah, so she sets that whole thing up. But my thing is, do they even ask the daughter? I know she's little, but ask her. Like, so what happened? Let's talk.
Let's talk.
Let's talk about
Could
Solomon.
you even do this plot line in a movie now?
I guess.
I don't know if you can.
Well, you can't. Again, you
so.
can't do it with the mentally handicapped person. But I don't know. It's crazy.
pretty out. The 90s were out and wild, man.
Yeah, this shit is nuts. This shit is nuts. But never once do they say, "Listen, Emma, tell me." And because Emma never says like, "What? Solomon didn't do anything. He's my friend."
Yeah.
She never even gets a chance to say it because they just. I mean, obviously, how would they find that there? And that's crazy to even jump to the conclusion of someone planted it. But still, I don't know. I'm not here to blame victims. I'm just saying, Claire is not doing her due diligence here.
I know it's like all these little things that are going wrong. I just love how it's just basically like she's just gaslighting her the whole time.
Yes,
and she like never like really. I mean, she does eventually put it together.
Yeah.
She literally says all this stuff has happened since she's been here.
Yes, yeah.
But like she doesn't really seem to be doing much about it. She's still like letting her take care of the kids. Like she's never like once questions Peyton. But that goes to kind of show that perfect, like the performance that she's giving to this family. Of like she's this perfect, wholesome, blue-eyed, blonde, nice lady.
She's just like, oh, the baby Joe, like he's different. I'm like, the baby that you never hold or care for or feed ever is acting different, and he prefers the nanny over you. Imagine that.
A whole live-in nanny situation I always find is very interesting. I mean, I'm sure it happens. Yeah. Couldn't be me if I was a parent that had money.
I don't know. Do live-in nannies like exist in real life?
Live-in's crazy.
It just doesn't. It doesn't feel like it's a real thing. It feels like a made-up movie.
Unless you're the Hiltons, maybe.
I have friends who have help, and I have friends who have no help. And the ones that have help, it's not live-in.
No.
Yeah.
Like they get to go home.
It just feels like you have to be like super. I mean, this family is very well off. She's obviously like Claire doesn't have to work.
Yeah.
And she's doing all this stuff with the greenhouse. Yeah. So I don't know like why they even need a live-in like nanny, to be honest. It's like she can't even get up in the middle of the night to like feed her kid. Like, I don't know. It's just
craziness. At first, when she said like I'm building a greenhouse, I'm just thinking like, oh sure, we're gonna go down to like Ace or whatever and buy this prefab thing and put it up. But then like as it goes on, I'm like, shit, they're like laying foundation.
She's like building a Home Depot in the backyard.
Yeah, she's got like the Amish people back there like raising this fucking barn.
This is one of those things that I have to remind myself that people from our parents' generation, my mom and dad fully built a cabin and roofed their own house.
Mine didn't.
Stuff that you would never see parents do now. Yeah. Is building a cabin from the ground up and roofing a house.
Listen, it's the Pacific Northwest. These are a different stock than my parents. But no, you're right. This is a different. Yeah, these are different people. But I guess Claire is. She's that kind of woman. She's worked at this greenhouse for a while. This is just her passion. She's going to build this, or that whatever arboretum, whatever it was that she worked at.
What a terrible idea to have.
She's like volunteering at a garden center.
What a terrible idea to have the roof glass.
But that's that's how greenhouses work.
I don't know.
Can it be something that's see-through? That's
sort of like
glass?
a plastic?
Plexi?
A plexi?
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. Especially when you got kids. And that crazy crank situation seemed a little like that would be a no-go for the children. You're not allowed in this house.
That's very medieval.
Because that crank is like
anything falls on the roof.
Yeah.
Like a tree during a storm, that thing's going to shatter.
It hails a lot in Seattle.
Hail?
Yeah. It hailed in Seattle when we were there. Mm-hmm. We're like, damn, that could have broken that shit. Yeah. So maybe Claire isn't thinking this, or she's got baby brain. But
it's the asthma. It's gone to her head.
I
No,
mean,
don't know.
shit. Yeah, but that's the thing about this movie. There's really kind of like iconic moments, and like you're saying, there's some like shocking moments in this movie too. That you're just like, oh, you expect something to happen, but the way they do it is just a little bit more.
Do you know what
jarring.
Scene really took me by surprise that I did not see it coming, and just kind of how it's directed and acted. You don't really. Like, you kind of forget about the surprise. You're so wrapped up in her thinking that you're so wrapped up with her thinking that he's cheating on her.
Right.
With Marlene Craven.
Yeah.
That when they get in this fight, you fully forget about the surprise party.
Oh, yeah.
And when you see the reveal, gag.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gag.
Yeah.
You've been fucking Marlene.
Because even the daughter's
man.
the daughter's like, Mom, let's go over here. And she's like, no, go to your room. She's like, fuck.
But who has a surprise party in the middle of the day? Because it feels like it's like 3 p.m.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Also, she's just in her like running around the city clothes.
Yeah, this is
like
why
she's gonna be at a party. Like,
this is why I would never throw Pete a surprise party.
yeah, no.
They're very stressful. I had a surprise party thrown for me when I was leaving a job once.
Okay.
And the experience was very stressful of when you see the reveal of it.
Yeah. No, when she it was Peyton's idea, right? The surprise party?
Yes,
Yeah.
because she tells the husband, what's his name? I'm totally like blanking on his name.
His name is Michael.
Michael. Like, oh, let's throw her a party. She's been down lately. And he's like, that's a great idea. She's manipulating him to do this party to make, and then ultimately to make it look like he's being secretive and being with Marlene and planting the lighter like in his jacket. And then of course, like it's almost like she goes to the laundromat and like the dry cleaner or the dry cleaning place. And the guy's like, oh, that your husband's been lying to you.
Secrets from you. Yeah. Oh my God. And like, and conveniently Marlene sold the house, and then she's like, "Oh, I got to show this house." She's like, "You sold?
Oh, you
that
showed
house.
that already?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
I'm a
so
big
good.
sucker for an actress going to a library anywhere and looking through microfilm.
Microfiche.
Microfiche. I love all of that.
I love microfiche in movies.
Cancel my
It's the
morning.
Okay, does microfiche still exist though?
I think
has everything been computerized?
Digitized,
I have honestly haven't been to a library in a very, very long time.
I haven't had to look through periodicals for.
I mean, I would imagine that
articles.
now.
Does the card catalog still exist? Do you pull out the drawer? I don't know.
I hope
I'm
so.
assuming.
I mean, I would imagine now they just digitize newspapers.
Yeah.
I think a lot of libraries are closing.
Yeah.
The big Pasadena Public Library, which is a beautiful building, is just sitting there dormant.
Well, that's like
really?
that's like an earthquake hazard.
Yeah,
That's why it's been closed.
Yeah, but they can
I knew they were doing renovations on it though.
fix it. If it was a Chipotle, it'd probably be done by now.
We'll have to
cares.
ask our patron Benny B, because he's a librarian,
Our librarian friends,
of what
yeah.
the current microfiche technology is of what they do.
So when you're scrolling through microfiche, looking for these articles on an old house that burned down or whatever people usually are looking for, there's that moment where it goes really, really, really fast. And then it stops.
I love the sound.
Yeah, the sound is great. But it's like, are you just missing all that? Like, you literally have to go like frame by frame because you're just like, well, what if it was in there in the part that you were like speeding by? I have my brain would not allow that. I'd be like, no, I have to go like one frame at a time to read everything.
It's like when I'm going through everything on Netflix and I'm going really fast.
You go too fast.
And I can fully see everything.
No, you can't.
But
like, go back,
you just have trouble catching up. I think I would be good filing through microfiche.
See the fiche. Yeah, no. I am interested to see if that's. I
don't know why it's so silly of the setup and payoff of the wind chime, because it's a wind chime.
Oh my God, so stupid.
It's so stupid.
Okay, so I wrote this down. Like, why does she all of a sudden kind of become detective? Why does she sees this house and she notices the wind chime, and I guess it's supposed to be the same wind chime, but like I don't really get how. Why does she like latch onto?
Why
this
does she
wind
just
chime?
fucking hate wind chimes?
Yeah, why does she hate them?
She
why
knew,
is she like?
She knew it was a gift from Peyton. She knew that something was up,
And she knows that psycho people own wind chimes.
clearly.
Yeah.
Clearly.
The only other person in all of Seattle to have one. It's got to be her.
It's like, this house has a wind chime on it. It must be Peyton's house.
Yeah, I don't know. That's one little plot device thingy that could have been maybe worked on a little bit more. She gets an A- for her thesis paper. Let's talk about the wind chime.
I do love how aggressive she gets when she's like driving and she's like,
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I have to get here.
What does she say when she calls and Peyton answers the phone and she's like,
she's like, I'll leave her a message. Sure you will.
No, and she's like, Marlene Craven, you want me to spell it out?
Spell it? Do you want me to spell
it? Oh man.
I do love a character name that you have to say the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
In all TV movies.
I was telling you, we have a very good friend, Marlene. She's been on the show. I don't think I've ever seen a Marlene in a movie before.
Marlene.
I don't think so.
There's famous bisexual Marlene Dietrich, but not.
Marlene Dietrich,
that's not her characters. Yeah.
Only Marlene that I can think of in film.
Interesting. There's got to be one somewhere. But yeah, not a widely used name. You're right. You're right about that. But I mean, so this movie has definitely taken on like a cult kind of status at this point, right? I think there's a lot of people out there who just kind of like have this soft spot for this movie.
I kind of get them. I think about The Hand That Rocks the Cradle in the same thought as I do with something like Single White Female.
Yeah,
I do too. They like go together. I'm more of a Hand That Rocks the Cradle.
Yeah.
Kind of guy. Yeah. I don't know what your thoughts are. And this movie's new to you, Scott. So how do you compare them?
I mean, this is the nanny from hell. Single White Female is the roommate from hell. We can all relate to a bad roommate story. I don't know. They're both pretty solid. I would say maybe Hand That Rocks the Cradle is a tighter script than something like Single White Female. I don't know.
Single White Female is very stylish, like directed.
Very European.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. No, for sure. It's that is also feels more erotic, like more erotic thriller.
Yes.
Whereas Hand That Rocks the Cradle is definitely more kind of standard psychological thriller.
I did think the husband was going to try something with her.
Yeah, the husband's kind of a nothing burger of a character.
Yeah.
Like he's too just good.
He's a little bit Magoo.
Yeah.
Like I kind of want to see the version of this movie where she does sleep with the husband.
Right, because she when she does go to him or whatever, and he's like, there's only one woman for me or whatever, and he's just
right. That's kind of what you expect. Scott, were you surprised that there wasn't like some kind of like sex scene or like were you thinking that the movie was going to like be more sexual than it was? Like that there was going to be like like a sex scene with the nanny.
Because even in Single White Female,
like she seduces him.
You see Steven Weber's buns. You think you see
you pretty much see his balls in that movie.
You see it all. You see his entire Weber.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I think that,
or even like Peyton like trying something with the wife. You know what I mean? Something crazy, like some weird, like because I feel like that,
like lesbian.
Yeah.
I
don't know. What were you going to say, Scott?
I was going to say this movie's already like going at a sprint that maybe you really can't fit something like that into the screenplay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I could see a version of this movie where it goes in that direction. But I am glad it doesn't. I'm glad that it kind of stays more of the thriller, and then the ending, like the last 10 minutes, is just kind of almost slasher movie like thriller where there's actual like jump scares. Like
that jump scare with Rebecca De Mornay.
Yeah,
it got me.
Great.
It got me when watching it.
The music is so good. She got the shovel.
When she knocks out,
it's pretty intense.
When she knocks out the light bulb with the shovel, that was in every TV spot.
Yes.
That was in the trailer.
I also wrote down the line when she's like, Michael, you don't know what she's capable of.
Yeah.
That's such a great trailer line.
Yeah. Oh, man.
So I want to talk about the MTV Movie Awards.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah.
So Rebecca De Mornay won the MTV Movie Award for Best Villain. Do you know who the other nominees were that year? Because this is a murderer's row of men that she was up against, and
she was the only woman.
She is the only woman, and she won for a movie year that had a lot of iconic movie villains.
So is this Hannibal Lecter?
No, that's 91.
That was the year 91,
Yeah.
92. Oh man.
So she's up against Bobby DeMiro for Cape Fear.
Cape Fear. Okay.
Robert Patrick, T2.
Terminator 2.
Alan Rickman, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, and Wesley Snipes for New Jack City.
Oh, Jesus. Wow.
And our girl Rebecca prevailed.
That's wild.
Rebecca De Mornay.
That's so crazy to me too, because what is with the MTV as a concept to me always felt like, maybe it was when I was a kid, it felt so adult, and that movies like Hand That Rocks the Cradle, like the movie that everyone's parents were going to see, could still win these awards. And now it's like, I don't know what wins an award like that now. It's like Hunger Games, it's teen movies. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to think, like, is The Housemaid like winning the MTV Movie Award these days? I don't know.
I think the writer's strike killed the MTV Movie Awards. Do you remember that? The whole thing with Drew Barrymore hosting, and it was during the writer's strike.
Oh, yeah.
And they ended up
just like really bad.
Just using. I mean, the whole thing was pretty much a PowerPoint presentation of when you watched it.
Yeah.
And they just ended up using Drew's intro, and then they just cut to a clip package of the nominees. It was really weird, and they haven't done them since.
Because I know they combined them with like the TV awards, right? They were like, so do they not exist?
Yeah.
It was like best MTV movie and TV.
But also, didn't they kind of sunset MTV anyway? So how are they still having the VMAs and movie awards for a network that doesn't exist? Like, what's going on?
I don't know. Does it still exist? I thought it was like in other territories or countries.
See, yeah,
it doesn't exist, but maybe it does here. I don't know.
Who knows?
I haven't turned my cable box.
Yeah,
it's like we have the basic cable, so we get we can watch the Oscars, and the Super Bowl, and we get the ABC and Fox, and that's basically it. And I haven't turned on my cable box unless there's a live event going on.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
We only watch cable when we're at my mom's.
She was also up for Best Female Performance. She loses this category, but I mean, also this category. Gina Davis, Thelma and Louise, Rebecca De Mornay, The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, your favorite, Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio for Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, Julia Roberts for Dying Young. They all lose to Linda Hamilton for T2.
T2.
Okay.
Yeah.
And okay, so this also confuses me because MTV, if you could believe it, doesn't follow the Oscar rules of time of eligibility.
Right.
Because
it's just whenever the ceremony
there are like
place.
91 movies in that list, and that just fucks with my head. And I was like, those aren't the same years.
It's just like if the movie was released a week up to prior of voting.
Was this the first movie awards? I think it was the first one.
It's
because
possible.
that's the year that Eddie Furlong won for like whatever best new artist, And I think that might have been
the first one because there's no previous year.
That's why. Yeah.
Really? Oh, wow. That's cool. Because I think they had overlapping years. Like it's almost like the Emmys or something. Like if a movie came out in the summer through the following spring, because the MTV Movie Awards were always like in June.
Yeah.
So I think they have like weird.
Yeah, because wasn't T2 91?
Yeah, T2's 91, and so was Thelma and Louise.
Yeah. So they're just like those are big movies.
And they just wanted to give something that
was Jodie Foster wasn't nominated?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They got Gina Davis in there, but they don't got Jodie Foster. What's going on?
That's crazy.
They're bending all the rules. They're making up the rules as they go.
I mean, it's because I think Rebecca De Mornay entered the conversation that they had to bump out Jodie Foster.
As one does.
And come on, Jodie's got enough awards.
Peyton over Clarice.
Clarice.
Yeah, and you're right about Rebecca De Mornay at this time, just really trying to get these major studio roles. Because I had always read, I remember when we did our Thelma and Louise episode, that she lobbied really hard for that movie, and it didn't go anywhere. You mentioned Hook.
Yeah. And I mean, maybe this is like a trashy kind of like movie, but I don't know. I don't know that it did really that much for her career, but at the time it was, pretty big as far as like public awareness.
I feel like she's always been kind of a B-list, C-list celebrity. I feel like people always like knew her. I feel like she was known for being pretty. She was, she was the hooker in Risky Business kind of thing. She did like a lot of kind of, erotic thriller kind of things in the early 90s. Like I'm looking at her.
I forget she's in the Three Musketeers.
She's in that. Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I've never actually seen that one. Three Musketeers. That everyone like loves that movie.
Is that the one with Chris O'Donnell?
With Chris O'Donnell, yeah. She's in Backdraft, which is probably like the biggest
She's in Backdraft,
kind of big budget movie that she was like in. And then it's like she does like things like Guilty as Sin and Never Talk to Strangers, and she just never does anything like super big. The last thing that I remember her in is Identity.
I was gonna say I remember her from Identity too.
In 2003, where she's playing this like almost kind of like a funny version of herself, where she's this like faded, movie star.
Like You Used to Be Famous.
Yeah. But she's great in that. Oh, she's in Wedding Crashers. She's like a MILF or something, or like they're trying to bang her or something.
Gosh,
I don't know.
Probably. I don't even remember that. She's in Jessica Jones, the Marvel series with Kristen Ritter.
Okay.
She got 13.
I went back. Did you guys ever see the movie Feds? It's like it's in 88 with Mary Gross.
Treasure of our show.
I never knew it existed. Like a few years ago, I was just kind of like, I kind of want to watch more Rebecca De Mornay movies, and I was like, wait, Rebecca De Mornay and Mary Gross like were the stars of a comedy in the 80s, and I've never seen it. I can't believe it, and I really enjoyed it.
I've never watched it.
I think it's very fun.
Okay, that's good.
It's worth checking out.
Yeah, all right. That's so funny. I always forget about that. She is also in, speaking of Steven Weber, she's in The Shining.
She's Wendy Torrance in the TV.
Oh, I've never seen the TV version. That's supposed to be more like the book, right? Or is it still bad?
It's not very good.
It's not great.
Bad, yeah.
Just watch the Kubrick movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really faithful to the book, but to its detriment.
Yeah.
Right.
It's very campy in its like horror moments. And yeah.
But I also stand by the movie. The Kubrick movie is better than the book.
It's better than the book.
Yeah,
it's better than the book. Yeah. It's scarier.
That's what I always hear.
Yeah. An Inconvenient Woman. What is that?
But I mean,
Jason Robards.
This is probably one of the most iconic movie villains, we'll say, of the 90s. Maybe not cinema history. We'll say of the 1990s.
That is fair. I can get behind that.
Yeah, agreed. Oh man, Feds is 1988. Yeah, we got it. It's
And then she's in this movie. Have you ever seen the movie Runaway Train from the 80s? It's one of those movies that I always mean to watch. And I just never have.
Yeah.
And like one day I'm going to watch it. But I
Is
know
that a
she's
canon
in it.
movie?
I think so.
It
And it's
strikes me as a canon movie.
It is, but it's like it got Oscar nominated. Like John Voight was nominated, and
that's like
Eric
85
Roberts.
or something.
Yeah, but I think she's like the only like woman in the movie.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's just one of those movies that I've been. Yeah, it's a canon movie.
Canon Films Group Inc. Yeah.
That's wild. Good for them for getting Oscar nominations.
2 escaped convicts and a female railway worker find themselves trapped on a speeding train with no brakes and nobody driving.
I mean, it's like the Unstoppable or The Speed of the 80s,
Yeah.
I guess.
Listen, RuPaul's Stop That Train is coming up.
Tickets to Stop That Train in theaters in June.
This June.
God, that looks very funny.
I think it looks funny, but we saw a trailer once in the theater, and I was like, "Oh my god, is this audience going to lose their mind right now?" Because I don't know what,
especially for the non-Drag Race audience.
I don't know what a normal straight audience is going to think of the Stop That Train.
I'm kind of surprised that they never got Rebecca De Mornay to do an early season of Drag Race,
right?
Because she's the type of celebrity that they would have got early on.
Oh yeah, for sure. And they tell everybody in the workroom Rebecca De Mornay, and they have to like get all excited even though they don't know who she is. Mm-hmm. They're like, ooh, fierce.
But yeah, I think she's really fun in this movie.
Yeah, I think she's great. I'd love to just see her get some kind of, I don't know if she still acts or what the last thing she was in. I know you said she was in Jessica Jones. Mm-hmm. To see her kind of get some kind of, career revival. But I think she's underrated. I think she's like really good in the few things that I've seen her in. I enjoy her, her movies. She has I think she has a very fascinating and interesting career.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like the more recent things that she's been doing, she's working their stuff in all the 2020s. Just a movie with Ryan Phillippe, St. Clair, and Ryan Phillippe and Bella Thorne. Looks like she's doing some kind of like B, C, D list movies.
We need to get her Substance.
She did a couple of episodes of NCIS very recently. That's the last thing that she's listed for. But yeah, she needs her Substance moment to come around. But I mean, even if she
was in like the Scary Movie version of The Substance or whatever, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that would be great.
Yeah, no, but there's consistent work on here all through the 2020s, the teens. There's consistent stuff. I don't know what any of it is, but it's all there. It's there. Hatfields and McCoys was a miniseries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just weird little Travolta movies, weird stuff. But there's work. Their credits, they count.
Right.
She still got that health insurance
good for her.
through the guild.
Good for her.
Yeah, good for her. But we need more. She's capable of more. Mm-hmm. But no, we did not watch the Hulu movie, and
the Micah Monroe movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Can you give us any of the bullet points of the big changes that they made?
I watched it a while ago when it came out on Hulu. I'm trying to think when that was. Was it like in the fall or was it like in December? I'm trying to think when it was. From what I remember, I should look up my Letterboxd review. I remember it not being as much of a thriller where, there's this kind of tension and with this one where the last 10 minutes, like I was saying, it's almost like a slasher movie.
Yeah.
It's never like scary. It's just like Micah Monroe's character is just kind of just crazy.
Do you remember what the setup is of her getting there?
I don't. I remember there's like a setup of when she's a kid and there's like a fire in the house. Can't remember. She sets the fire. There's some kind of backstory of a tragedy, like a family tragedy, and that's kind of why she's kind of. But I honestly I don't remember. I should have read the Wikipedia plot synopsis.
I was reading
jumping on his.
I was reading the cast list and I was like, They have Mary Elizabeth Winstead playing like a Latina in this, but she's married to a Latin guy, so that's why her character's name is Caitlin Morales. And I was like, Morales, what?
I do remember being like, wait, we're at that point where she's playing like a middle-aged like woman playing like a mom. That's wild. I did mention to Pete, the movie The Guardian. By William Friedkin. Have you like? I know you said you hadn't seen it.
I hadn't seen it.
Do you like know of it, or do you? Pete?
I'm not familiar with it.
The Guardian. No, I'm not. I'm not familiar with that one.
So it came out in 1990, and the reason why I bring it up, it's also a killer nanny movie. But if Peyton was a druid, tree worshipping, like crazy person, where she's trying to like sacrifice the baby, it would be that movie. And it's funny because when Hand That Rocks the Cradle came out and all this hubbub was about the killer nanny movie, I just kind of stumbled upon this movie, The Guardian, like on cable, like on TNT, and being like, oh, there's this killer nanny movie. And I watched it when I was like, 8. And it is wild.
It's got Carrie Lowell from Baywatch.
Okay, I recognize the box art. That I remember seeing this at the video store.
Yes, do you remember the cover?
Yep.
Yeah. I've watched it a couple times the last couple years out of dumb curiosity, and it's a bad movie, but it's definitely it's fun. It's fun to kind of watch it after with Hand That Rocks the Cradle, because it's more of a horror version. Like, it's really gory, and it's William Friedkin. It almost feels like a Sam Raimi movie. And I think he was like originally attached to it and like left the project for whatever reason. But it's wild. There's this whole thing with this tree, and the guy is like has a chainsaw and he's cutting it, and it's like the tree is bleeding, and so it is very like it's giving Sleepy Hollow and
wow.
But that's a very wild kind of version of this kind of like story, which is like a similar thing.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't remember the box art or the movie itself. I have to look up the trailer for this one.
Yeah, you should watch the trailer.
I know Carrie Lowell, and I know the actors in this. Jenny Seagrove as the magical druid. Not a magical druid.
This movie looks crazy. We'll have to check it out.
Yeah. I recommend it. It's fun.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Is there anything left unturned for The Hand That Rocks the Cradle? Any final thoughts?
I just wanted to mention, I wrote this down because I know this really has nothing to do with anything, but I love the way she eats the apple with the paring knife.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I kind of want to do that, but I don't think I could do it without like cutting myself.
Like eating the apple directly off the knife.
Yes, like off the knife. Yeah. Like that's such like psychotic behavior.
Yeah.
No offense to if anyone else eats their apple like that. That's fine. But I love that those little touches that kind of add up to like how insane she is. Like she's cutting the apple and eating it off the knife. It's just
cutting the core out of the apple like with her hand.
I just like love. I love how she's like those little moments of her craziness, and then she's so nice one minute and crazy the next. It's just like it's just such a wild movie and performance. I love it.
Yeah. I think again. We haven't talked about it in this episode, but in other episodes, I think a character like this nowadays, people would just be like, well, why? It's like we have the why. Like we have
it gives you the why pretty early
in
the movie.
But there's nothing before that. There's no like, well, she was like
there's no childhood trauma.
Right. Mm-hmm. And it's interesting because I was watching it thinking of it this time, like, this horrible thing happens to her. She loses her baby. Like, why doesn't she just go and pose as a nanny and then just kidnap, like, the baby and just be like, oh, this is my child now? Like, that would be a different movie.
Just take off.
But I love how she's just so obsessed with – she doesn't want just, Claire's baby as like her own, like the way she wants to just like totally destroy these like people and like everything that she's doing. It's just like, this is all I have. This is what I'm going to do. And this is how I'm going to do it. And it's
one of those kind of disturbing character motivations where she has nothing to lose because she knows everything has been taken away from her. So she has nothing to lose. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, listeners, this movie is, I mean, it's streaming, but
it's a rental. It's in our Amazon digital movie purchases, baby. We bought it.
It was cheaper on Amazon to buy.
Yeah, what was up with that?
Yeah.
Okay. How much was it when you got it? Because I bought it a long time ago when it went down to like $4.99.
Yeah, it was.
So worth
it was $5.99 to buy, $3.99 to rent.
Oh,
so we're like,
please, what a deal!
Yeah, but on Apple Movies, it was $17.99.
Was it $17.99? Yeah. All those Disney like off-brand like Disney.
It's like
they're always $17.99 unless they're on sale.
It's like you want to watch It's Pat the movie. You better fork over $17.99.
Why? Yeah, but no. Go to Amazon Prime. It was $6, or just spring for a weird DVD. Somewhere.
Yeah, it's been released on Blu-ray. I've just never gotten it because it's just one of those bare bone releases. I don't know if it's because it's Disney. I would love for like one of those specialty label. I want a 4K special edition. Rebecca De Mornay.
This could be Arrow's thing. Arrow Video could do a Hand That Rocks the Cradle 4K.
I would. What I wouldn't give for that. I would buy that in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, I love that. But listeners, you can if you haven't seen it, you can definitely give it a rent or just purchase it for $6 and follow along. But I hadn't seen it in ages, and this was Scott's first watch. And like we said, we were shocked, we were gagged, we were all of that. We were gooped.
I'm trying to think on Golden Girls if there's ever a Hand That Rocks the Cradle reference with Ma. Because this would have been kind of towards the end of the Golden Girls run. Because Golden Girls ends in
Ma liked your pop culture references.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the Golden Girls ended, it was like May 9th, 1992. And this came out in January. So they had those episodes in the can, probably.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Although there was the episode where that couple just leaves their baby with them. But that is insane.
Oh, right. It's the walkathon. Like they're babysitting, and they don't come back, and they think the baby's been abandoned.
Yeah.
But I guess the mother had triplets.
Oh my God. And
there was an emergency, and they weren't able to pick the baby up. Yeah, I mean, there's never there's never an evil nanny plot on the Golden Girls, unfortunately. It's too bad. They couldn't have worked that in.
Yeah.
They just get the voodoo housekeeper.
Yeah, they got the voodoo housekeeper, Marguerite.
But yeah, Chris, thanks so much for joining us. I'm glad that we finally got to this movie. It was a wild ride. I will probably add it to the rotation of a crazy thriller that I'll have to check out once every couple years because we own this movie now digitally. Yeah. But yeah, thank you so much. Listeners, definitely check out all of Chris's stuff on his Instagram for all of his Golden Girls posters stuff. We'll link that in the post.
Perfect.
It
was a pleasure. I have done some Hand That Rocks the Cradle posters.
You didn't do the Golden Girls Oscar Best Picture post. Was it too hard?
Okay, this was a hard year. You don't even want to know how long I sat there being like, Marty Supreme. How do I do this? Betty Supreme. I don't know. Some of the posters just didn't spark the creative juices in me to get to. They were hard this year.
Well, for listeners who aren't fully aware of your Instagram page, why don't you tell us a little bit about Golden Girls posters?
Oh, sure. So my Instagram account is Golden Girls Posters. I basically take movie posters and add the Golden Girls to them. As one does. Sometimes they're just random, it's, whatever movie, with the Golden Girls on them. Sometimes they're very specific references to the show.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, I did for Hand That Rocks the Cradle, there's an episode where Dorothy references St. Olaf as being the cradle of idiocy. So I did the Hand That Rocks the Cradle of Idiocy, with Rose and that sort of thing. I did one with Blanche for Hand That Rocks the Cradle where I did it as the hand that robs the cradle. So I do parody posters.
Yeah.
I try to do, at Halloween time, I try to post a lot of horror ones, and they're so random. And then people are asking me, I need this on my wall. And of course I had to print some out, and I sell them on Etsy and that sort of stuff. So, so I love movies and I love the Golden Girls. So why not combine the two loves, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Listeners, go check out Chris's Instagram page. It's just at Golden Girls Posters.
Yeah.
Yep. It's golden_girls_posters.
There you go.
Yep.
There you go. Thank you so much for coming on the show again.
Thanks for having me. It was a blast. I loved it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thank you
Always
for
a good time.
for bringing this movie.
It's great to not talk about a Frank Oz movie for once.
Right?
Yeah. Go listen to our previous Chris Gallo episodes.
I don't know if we'll have you on for the score.
Oh, Jesus.
That's another one I haven't seen.
never
that
know,
one. I'll
though.
have to watch it though. Yeah, you never know. You never know. River Wild.
right.
Just saying.
We'll put that one in our back pocket. Well, thank you so much. We'll have you on again soon. Listeners, do not go anywhere. We will be right back with more show. Welcome back, listeners.
Welcome back.
We took a little break, the magic of podcasting. We
Yeah.
watched some stuff.
I would assume that listeners have caught on to that by now
Yeah.
when we do these episode wrap-ups.
Yes. But
We saw 2 movies.
we sure did.
In
We sure
between that
did.
time.
Real quick, once again, a big thanks to Chris Gallo. Go check out his socials. Golden Girls Posters is always a lot of fun. But thanks again to Chris for bringing this great episode.
I mean, we own this
to
movie
us.
now
Yeah.
on Amazon, so
I think it'll be a revisit.
I'll have to revisit it.
Yeah.
This strikes me as a fun movie to watch on an airplane.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be a
Probably
good one.
a fun movie
Yeah.
to watch.
Just
on a
download it
flight.
to your iPad and just
Yeah.
watch it when we're going somewhere fun. Kill a couple hours.
Yeah.
Kill a good 90 minutes. Yeah. With our pal Rebecca De Mornay. But, I think it's that time in the episode.
For the weekly rewind. All right, so
Listeners, what have we been watching?
So we just walked in the door
Yes.
from Mortal Kombat 2.
Mortal Kombat.
Do you remember the first Mortal Kombat in 2021?
Yes.
That was one of the first big, wide releases, and I think that it was when Warner was still doing the thing where they were releasing movies in the theater and on demand at the same time.
Sure.
And we decided to go to the movies to see Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, it was like you said, it was one of those things where it was like,
Movies are back, baby. We have to support them.
Yeah, movies are back. We can still see it at home. We can do the purchase of it was like, they were like $29 or something. But it was like, hey, that's how much it would cost for me and you to go to the movies combined.
But Warner in HBO is just putting it on
the Max. That's
on the Max.
right. It was on Max.
Because I
You are
remember
right about
watching
that.
it
Yeah.
pretty much directly after
Yes.
on streaming. Because they had like a month window where they had them on.
Yeah.
I think they ended up losing a lot of money off of a lot of those movies. I think that's kind of, they speculate why I think especially something like The Matrix.
Like people didn't go see him in theaters
I
because
think that
why would
a lot
I?
of those movies ended up losing a lot of cash.
Yeah. Why would I pay? Is this the song that's playing in the Shishi Lounge when Homer Simpson goes?
I think so.
What's her problem?
This lesbian bar doesn't have a fire exit.
The Shishi Lounge is amazing.
Okay, so I remember when I was a kid.
Yeah.
The Mortal Kombat like sweeping the nation.
The game.
Yes. I remember I never had Mortal Kombat because was Mortal Kombat originally Sega?
Genesis, yeah.
Genesis?
Yeah.
Remember my friend Charlie had Sega and that's when I would play it.
She
It's
doesn't
when I
even
went
have
over
Sega.
to his house for sleepovers.
Yeah.
But I remember all of the boys growing up were all about Mortal Kombat. And I'm just like, it has pretty fierce ladies in it. I guess I'm into it.
Well, the thing is, it was controversial
Very controversial.
because of the blood and gore.
Mega violence.
Yes, the ultra violence. Yeah. And so at the time, it was just kind of everywhere because, like we're saying, the amount of blood, the amount of violence, all that stuff. So it was just kind of like, did it lead to video game ratings?
Maybe.
It might have. It might have been one of those things, that like Temple of Doom situation where it's like, we need to put ratings on these bitches.
I always think it's so interesting when discussing violence is that we have friends that are parents that are very particular of what their kids watch.
Right.
But they'll be playing Mortal Kombat with them.
Yeah.
Which I'm just like, all right.
Yeah.
Not that I really care,
But,
it's an interesting things that you pick and choose.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
A video game is kind of fine.
Right,
With
right.
something like that.
Right.
I think it's just kind of interesting.
No, yeah. It's like violence is one thing, and it's okay. It's I don't know, whatever.
It's pretty
It's its thing.
cartoonish in Mortal Kombat, though. That maybe it's hard
absolutely,
to take it seriously because it's so silly.
But now, though, Mortal Kombat 11 that we had on Switch and it's on PlayStation PS5 and all
I
that.
forgot that we have that on Switch.
We sure do. We got it on Switch before I had the PlayStation.
I bought that for you.
You did. You got it for Christmas, I think. And it looks good. That one has. You got that everything full pack. So we have like Terminator.
That's right.
Yeah.
You can play as the Joker.
Yeah. It had the Joker. It had
All
the
of
Terminator.
these-
RoboCop. It had
All
Spawn.
of these characters, that's right.
Yeah, that was the cool thing about Mortal Kombat was that they started doing these IPs that they included. The Mortal Kombat 10 that came out right before it, which is on PS5 that we have, that has like Jason,
Yeah.
the Xenomorph. We were playing that with like Roman and the girls. Roman was all about Xenomorph. But the finishing moves are crazy. So we saw the Mortal Kombat movie in theaters. It's fun.
I think the visuals of that first movie
Yes.
are really well done of
Really
Sub-Zero.
good. Yeah.
I think it's kind of a cool effect of
Yeah.
when he's doing his ice.
The ice, yeah. The like spears and all that shit. Really good. We did not rewatch Mortal Kombat in preparation for Mortal Kombat 2.
I saw it 2 times when it came out, and
Yeah.
I have not revisited it since.
Yeah. All the actors in the first one, they're all fine. We're like, oh my god, like Liu Kang and all the dudes.
And I
We're
want to
just
say
like,
that
fuck yes.
all of the Asian actors in it are pretty big stars
Sure.
in China, I think. I think that they're major movie stars.
Right. But yeah, all of these characters are all the actors in the first movie. Everybody's super hot, and most of them are all back for this one. But now we finally have Johnny Cage.
Played by our beloved Carl Urban. I mean, Carl Urban kind of makes this movie for me.
Yeah.
I think that he's my favorite part. I like the characterization of Johnny Cage as this burned out action star from the 90s.
I mean, that's kind of the character even in Mortal Kombat 11. Like, I think that this movie really follows the Mortal Kombat 11 storyline in that there's a lot of the underworld.
I could see
necromancer.
people that are really into the video game
Yeah.
being really satisfied with the characters and everything that they explore of the game lore.
Right. I do wish there was a little more. I mean, Melina was good.
Melina's in the first movie, I think.
Yeah,
right?
she's in the first movie. I'm thinking of Katana's mother, who is Sindel. I'm thinking of Sindel. I wanted more Sindel. But it was good. Carl was really good. I really loved Kano, the Australian with the one eye.
Yeah.
Or
he was in the
the
first
laser
movie.
eye. He's in the first one. Him and Sonya kind of. He's a anti-hero.
Yeah.
Right. He's like, is he good? Is he bad?
The Mortal Kombat reluctant hero.
Yeah. But no, Carl was good. I did get a couple of hints of his accent.
Yeah.
Coming through. It's Carl's Kiwi, right?
It's from New Zealand.
Yeah. Love that.
I was looking at Carl Urban's filmography, which that guy has consistently worked for decades at this point. In
Yeah.
anything from TV shows like Xena. He's done major Hollywood movies like Lord of the Rings, The Chronicles of Riddick.
Yeah.
I think the Doom movie was a big deal for him because it was his first lead in a blockbuster.
Sure.
I remember seeing Pathfinder in the theater with my dad.
Pathfinder, yeah.
Like,
wow.
what a stupid movie.
Yeah.
But I was seeing on his IMDb the characters that he plays on Xena Warrior Princess because he's played more than one character.
Right.
Because a lot of these syndicated shows,
Right.
if they like you as an actor, he
They're gonna
is
bring you back.
from New Zealand,
Yeah.
so they probably were just hitting him up.
Yeah.
He has played Julius Caesar, Cupid, and then two characters named Mal and Kor.
Okay.
But I like that he plays Cupid. I want to look.
I
up
was
the-
gonna
I wanna
say,
look up that
what does
episode.
he look like as Cupid? I'm gonna see if I
And
can
also
pull it up.
probably like early 2000s or late 90s Carl Urban. So I mean, he's
Oh, man,
handsome
so-
now,
so fine.
But I bet that back in the Xena days, he was adorable. Yeah, look at that.
The bleach hair.
Mm-hmm.
His Cupid look is shirtless with bleach blonde hair, wings.
Ooh,
and,
that
like,
is bleached hair
it's
too.
yellow. They did not tone this at all. It is bleach and get out the chair. You're on.
But yeah, I love Carl Urban. I think he's so charming.
Ooh, look at this one.
I pretty much love Carl Urban in everything that I see, even bad movies.
Well, and the thing is, I mean, people love him. He's huge right now because of The Boys.
Yeah.
And neither one of us are watching The Boys. I watched
I hear the
season
new
one.
season of The Boys isn't that good though.
It's been going on for a bit. So it's like... do
And they
need to throw in
waited
the
a
towel?
while for this last season too, I think.
Oh, okay. Was
God,
there a minute in between?
These stills that you're bringing up of Carl Urban as Cupid.
I wonder if this wraparound tattoo is his. No, because there's like a heart in there.
I want to track down that episode and watch it.
Yeah, I'm sure we can. Xena's probably.
Maybe we'll do it for TV shows that keep us gay.
There you go.
We haven't done Xena.
I mean, Xena would be a great
Yeah.
one, and then the Carl Urban Cupid one would probably be perfect.
Maybe we'll have to do that this month.
Yeah.
on the
I'd be
Patreon.
down.
But I enjoyed this movie. I think it's as good as the material is possibly going to be in a movie.
Right.
It's like they're not doing King Lear here.
Yeah, absolutely.
They fully knows what it is.
It knows what it is. It delivers on the ultraviolence. It delivers on the fights. It
You
delivers
get the
on
game
gore.
matches.
Yeah, you get you get them like looking at each other from across the way like that's about to start.
Get over here.
Yeah, get over here. Did anybody say finish him?
Yes.
Okay, we got to finish him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good sequel. A lot of fun. I think the thing is this game series is so beloved with fans, people of a certain age, that you're just like, fuck yeah. They didn't drop the ball with these movies, and the Johnny Cage stuff was really fun. Him like learning his powers, all that stuff was great. I loved his like 90s New Line Cinema.
I thought that was a really fun
in-universe
scene.
movies were great.
I thought that was clever.
Listen, 90s kung fu movies, though, were not fucking around. Although, U.S. ones were kind of corny. I guess the ones that were imported from China
Yeah.
were like the real deal. But I guess this is like a U.S. version of that. So, yeah. That stuff was really fun. Yeah. All in all, not bad.
Not bad. I would watch it again. Sure.
Oh, for sure. I would do a double feature one night, watch one and watch the other. Watch the sequel. Yeah.
It's probably going to look really nice in 4K.
Oh, absolutely.
So, we were in Hollywood yesterday. We don't have to talk too much about this movie.
Yes.
But we checked out Blue Film at the Sunset 5. I've been reading a lot about Blue Film. It's a very independent queer movie right now. I think it's only at the Sunset 5. I think that's the only theater showing it.
Listen, we couldn't even find a damn trailer of this movie.
Yeah, even finding a trailer on YouTube
was a chore.
There was a lot of weird stuff that was coming up.
Some like weird people with accents jumping in the middle of the trailer talking about the movie.
This was working the festival circuits, I think, late 2025. I think it debuted at the Edinburgh Film Festival there. But a lot of opinions going on in this movie. It's very difficult subject matter, we will say.
Right.
What did you think about Blue Film?
I thought the fact that the title is Blue Film is pretentious as hell. And
Well, it's giving.
told me enough.
Who's the guy that did the blue?
Right, the red and
the queer director that was. He made it for his partner that died of AIDS.
Sure.
Derek Jarman.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But Blue Film though, it's like really girl.
So the IMDb plot synopsis is fetish camboy Aaron Eagle agrees to spend the night with an anonymous client only to discover a disturbing tie to his past. This movie is written and directed by Elliot Tuttle.
Right. All the marketing, of which there is not a lot, but all the marketing is like, this film is edgy, this film is, dark, whatever. It's like, I think even like disturbing is like in there, and the trailer that we did find. I do feel like while the subject matter is dark, what we see and how it's presented is not anything. Again, coming from like after seeing Pillion, where we're just like,
Heated Rivalry is more graphic.
That's it. Heated Rivalry is more graphic than this.
Yeah.
You didn't see anything that would not play on Showtime After Dark or Cinemax late night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like those channels did not show dick, maybe a flash of balls, and that's it. And we didn't even get a flash of balls in this movie.
You just saw...
we got some buns.
You just saw Kieran Moore's buns.
We got some buns, and we got some tidy whities, and that's it. So graphically, it was not shocking. The stuff that they were doing on camera, not shocking.
There's some interesting ideas. We won't spoil too much of this movie. There's some interesting ideas in this movie, but I do think this is one of those movies that thinks that it is really deep, but is secretly maybe a little empty.
Right. Yes. Thinking it's deep by calling itself blue film and not just like blue or whatever.
I think the performances in are really good. Both Reed, Briney, who I was on his IMDb, he's been in a lot of stuff.
Oh, okay. I wasn't really familiar with
the old guy. He's worked a lot. And Kieran Moore, you did not watch Boots, but I finished Boots. He's one of the Marines in the boot camp. Yeah. I think he's really good in this movie. Mm-hmm. Just one of his tattoos was real, just his shoulder one, and then they gave him the rest with makeup. Yeah. I would be curious to talk to Elliot Tuttle about his inspirations with this movie. I don't know how you just sit down at a computer and write this story.
Right.
Why are you writing a movie this weird? I don't know. Be curious to see what that guy's mindset is.
It's not even that weird. It's just, I think it's kind of trying to be edgy and shocking, and it's like, okay. Mm-hmm. All right, well, then go there. If you're going to go there, go there.
Yeah, but also I'd be curious to see if he is familiar with Steven Soderbergh's work in Sex, Lies, and Videotape.
Right.
Because maybe I'm talking out of my ass here. I could see this director being like, I'm not familiar.
But it's also
because
very much...
clearly this is the movie that he's trying to chase after.
Yeah.
Is what Soderbergh is doing in Sex, Lies, and Videotape.
Yeah, agreed. I do think that the main actor, what's his name?
Kieran Moore.
He was giving me Ben McKenzie.
Okay, from the OC.
Ryan
I can see
Atwood
that. He's
vibes.
English.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
He's kind of doing a lot with this voice, so that
he's supposed to. Yeah,
that checks out that he's not American.
Regionally, I was like, where this accent?
He's kind of doing a Boston thing.
Kind of
times.
A Boston thing.
He's just kind of doing
East Coasty
accent, so it checks out that he's English.
Yeah. Or I would have said he was from California or something. They're like, oh, you're from Maine, and it's like, oh, okay. It wasn't given. Yeah, I don't know. But it's gonna be tough to find. But we were not exactly like, oh, go out and
they're not going to
watch it by hook or by crook.
Expanding this.
Go find this movie
at AMC's or Regals.
Yeah, agreed.
This movie was released unrated.
Yeah. So we finished the comeback. Did we talk about
the comeback? No, we have not talked about the comeback on the Weekly Rewinds.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed this season. I thought.
Yeah, really.
I think every episode delivered.
Yeah.
And I think it definitely has something to say about the industry. I mean, every season of The Comeback is a comment on where entertainment is and where it's going. The first season is the takeover of reality shows as kind of a threat to television, that
to scripted TV,
to scripted or unscripted TV. You could kind of make the debate that a lot of it is scripted, but that was really interesting about the first season. The second season is kind of a comment on premium cable shows,
prestige television, TV renaissance, golden era, whatever you want to call it. But that cable 1 hour programming that it's like that's what TV is now, like, you know, and if you're not on with that, sitcoms are dead. Yeah. But Valerie lives and breathes in the sitcom world. Mm-hmm. So can Valerie survive if sitcoms are dead? And now, like, with AI like looming over us. Oh, I do have to note. There were a couple of shots in Mortal Kombat where it looked like there was some weird editing, in that it was like they might have sewn some shots together, because people did things with their bodies that I was like, and not in fights, just in kind of like a gesture or something. Where I was
you
like,
could make the argument that
was weird.
Major movies have always kind of done that, but maybe it's a little more jarring when you see
they're stitching together
something like it now.
Takes to make one take. But it's like, clearly someone was over here and doing this, and it's like, I don't know. I think when editors would do it, even in something like Phantom Menace, you know, like trying to get a performance out of Jake Lloyd, they were editing, but they were using, you know, digital editing tools, but it's still someone doing it. It's still an editor putting it together. But I think now they're just kind of like, use this and this, and then using an AI tool to splice it together, and it looks jarring. You know, so I think stuff like that. It's the same thing with using CG and special effects. It's like, oh, it's CG, it's cheating, but it's like, I don't know. People had to make Gollum.
Yeah,
Andy Serkis did a lot. He didn't do everything. That's not all motion capture. Yeah. That face isn't, you know what I mean? So it's like there's still artists there. There's still artistry creating the CG stuff, right? Whereas with AI, whether it's script, you know, dialogue, or special effects, if there's not somebody guiding the ship, it derails fast. Well, and that's Valerie's point.
And that's Valerie's point of it's fine and dandy if we're using AI. Yeah. It's a great tool. You have to do like the Valerie thing.
Yeah.
It's a great tour. It's a tour of the future, but you do need people there to make sure that this character isn't starting out in jail and you did not set her up going to prison in the last episode.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, somebody's got to steer the ship, and it's not, the tech isn't always going to work.
It does need a showrunner.
Right. Right. And I think Lisa was doing some really good work with Val. I think everybody, all the characters that have come back from.
You thought Dan's character got a little silly towards the end. It's a little cartoonish.
Bukatinsky, who plays her manager, the character did get a little crazy, and I was like, oh my God, what is going on? But I mean, again, it's one of those things where you're not supposed to like him.
No.
Like he's clearly being selfish.
The character's supposed to be a buffoon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wearing these crazy costumes like he's on The Traitors, you know. So I get it, it's there, and maybe that's just Dan Bukatinsky doing a great job.
Yeah.
And I hate him because he's acting it well, you know. This whole thing, it's a George Costanza thing. You can't say Jason Alexander sucks.
Yeah.
Because George sucks. And Jason's just doing a good job of being George.
It's the extension of Larry David with George.
Yes. Yeah. You can watch Curb and
part
be
of
like,
the fun
fuck
about
Larry
Curb
David,
is that,
but, you know.
how far can Larry David take it? How far can he take this asshole character?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the growth of Valerie is really well done, where you see her in the third season being a little more assertive.
Yes.
She's just not having people walk all over her. And Laura Silverman says, I love to see this new boss bitch version of you.
Right. Right. And it's like, on the one hand, it's nice to have Jane there to say that to her. On the one hand, it's good for us as the audience to see that and to be like, oh, okay. Season 1 Valerie would never have done that. Season 1 Val would never have overstepped over a line or something, you know. She very much kind of knew, like, I don't know, actor-y kind of stuff. But having Jane there to say to the audience, too, like, oh, Val, that was great, you know. I love seeing you doing that stuff. And then from then on, anytime she did that kind of stuff, she would kind of step up and be like, okay, she would advocate for not only for herself, but for the whole show.
Yeah.
You know, for all of her actors on, How's that?
I think what I really like about the character of Valerie Cherish is she always sees the good in people. That she always really wants people to succeed. And I think that's what's really unique about Valerie.
Yeah.
And especially towards the very end, is that even kind of the show's villain, which is Andrew Scott, the main executive, kind of wanting AI to make the sitcom,
to do everything.
She still sees the best in him, of when he's having his big breakdown of everybody in this city hates me.
Yeah, yeah, but so I think that makes it a little bit more important when she does finally kind of put her foot down at the end and say like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
Valerie still has her principles.
Yeah. So it makes it like all the more like meaningful, because she does kind of want everybody to succeed and just think that like, okay, he still does. I have everyone's best interest at heart, so he has to too.
Yeah.
But when she finally sees that he doesn't, it's like, okay, he really doesn't. So, yeah, I mean, each season kind of has its own vibe. But I think this was a really strong ending. And, I don't know. Does Michael Patrick King write all of this? I don't know what's going on with the writing.
Both him and Michael Patrick King and Lisa collaborated on, I think, almost all the scripts.
Okay.
That I think that they both have writing credits. I mean, I see so much more passion behind the comeback than anything that he did on And Just Like That.
That was where I was going with that, because I was like, how is this in 8 episodes, 10 episodes?
More powerful than any of the three terrible seasons of And Just Like That.
Yeah. It's not like, oh, the characters have changed. Valerie Cherish first came on our screens, 20 years ago. So it's the same thing, as Valerie Cherish has been around as long as Carrie Bradshaw.
Yeah.
But her arc and her growth is so much more real and palatable to us as viewers.
You kind of feel rewarded for being with Valerie this long.
And even in ways that she changed, we still see the early season
early Valerie.
Whereas like with Carrie, you're just like, Sex and the City Carrie would never do that. And Just Like That Carrie does. You know what I mean? It's like that whole like, you can see a clear line, a clear division of like one over the other.
Yeah.
Sex and the City Miranda versus movie Miranda.
Also, the character
versus,
of Miranda is just crazy. Like, of how they finish the character, it feels like a completely different person.
Yes.
Of where the character was on the
It's not
TV
even growth or evolution or anything.
It feels
it's
like
a whole new
they
character.
really body snatched Miranda and it's somebody different.
Yes. So that's why it's just so like interesting to me to be like, wow, yeah, you're right. It must be like this is his real like brainchild kind of thing that he really had the passion for. But I feel like this season out of the 3, I was like, I can't believe that's it. That was too short.
Yeah.
That was too short. I could do with more. Give me more.
I mean, you never know.
Something like Hacks, which we're also watching.
I have
getting
such
diminishing returns.
A weird journey with Hacks.
Yeah,
that
same.
If you like the show, that's fine. I think there are great elements of it. I love Jean Smart and I love Hannah
Einbinder.
Yeah. I think they're both terrific.
Yes.
I love seeing them on the show.
Yes.
But there's a lot of elements about Hacks that I do think feel a little phony.
Yeah, same.
That there's just things that they say or there's plot points that I'm just like, no, that's not how the world or comedy or television works.
Or people.
It just feels very self-satisfied with itself and very writery too.
Yeah.
That there's a lot of frustrating things going on with it. And from what I'm seeing on my Instagram feed, people fucking love this show. So maybe I'm the
Even
wrong
this
one.
season, and we're like, oof. Yeah. I don't know. I agree with you. I'm right there with you.
We always talk about just sort of when comedy is portrayed in television and movies and it just doesn't really land.
Yeah, doesn't ring true.
It doesn't really ring true.
Yeah.
clearly these are television writers that are not comics,
Yeah.
that are writing the jokes for Jean. That sometimes she says, or she does stand up, that I'm just like, I don't know if this would land
No.
in front of an audience.
Yeah. It's very, we've talked about this before. It's very Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Great show, but the comedy stuff doesn't work for me.
I think what does work about Hacks is the weird celebrity that Deborah is, that
Yeah.
she has all of these things that she endorses.
Yeah.
You chuckled at Deborah's car insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that
Deborah
stuff
Vance car
is
insurance
really
is
funny.
amazing.
And that's what really works about the show.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta kind of justify this lavish lifestyle that Deborah has. So
She's
has
just
to
been
have a
hustling for
hand,
decades.
and everything. So yeah, there's stuff that we love about it, but there's stuff that we're just like,
They had their big, very special AI episode.
Yeah, they
which
did.
at least that episode, I do think that we give the show a hard time, but maybe for people like your mom that are very reliant on ChatGPT, that they could watch that episode and kind of put into perspective of how kind of fucked up AI is.
Right. And I don't even think it's the same conversation as reality shows are going to kill TV in the early 2000s. It's not nowhere near the same.
Yeah.
As reality shows are bad for television. No, AI is way worse for television.
And it's just kind of funny of how they can write these episodes, a whole season of The Comeback, and also this episode of Hacks that very reflects of what you're reading on the news is celebrities like Reese Witherspoon, Ben Affleck, and Demi Moore just saying, well, you got to get on board.
Yeah. It's leaving you behind.
It's leaving you behind. And it's funny that it's leaving you behind. AI is here, and you don't want to be left behind is the big talking point. That it is straight up ripped from the headlines.
Yeah.
And
they addressed it.
And they addressed it on Hacks.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, my job was very partially downsized because of AI. That's why I'm at Trader Joe's now.
Yeah. And then I think about stuff for our podcast of if I'm really going to drink the Kool-Aid of, well, I just have to start using AI for the podcast.
No,
and when I kind of think about it, you can use AI to edit your episodes.
Yeah.
But I do think that the episodes that use AI, you can tell.
Yes.
And they're very choppy.
We don't use ChatGPT or any of that stuff for any of our copy.
The writing, when you use
ChatGPT,
ChatGPT, sounds like a high school paper.
Yeah. You know what AI does, and I'm okay with? Transcribe the show. Right?
Transcribing the
show. That's something that an intern in the past you would hire and say, transcribe this for me, and I'm going to upload it to our site.
The chapters.
And it's going to go out to the RSS feed. You know what? Now it's transcribed.
I don't
Great.
mind.
Yeah.
I don't mind the chapters.
Chapters,
too.
cool. But that's not taking anything that's not us. That's not our voice.
I
that's
think that when you use
the
it
tool
as,
that AI
as spell check, it's a little stronger than Microsoft Word was.
Yeah. We do the tools that it is intended for: proofreading, transcription, things like that.
I did a little experiment last year when we did our Into the Woods episode.
Yeah.
Of that. Okay, I'm just curious of what I get.
Yeah.
I just tell on my MacBook Air because it comes with the AI software.
Yeah, it's a new
Write
Siri.
me a synopsis of Into the Woods, and what came back was some book report
Sparks notes
nonsense that I'm like, oh no,
some hokey pokey.
This is garbage.
Spark
Mama.
notes.
This is terrible.
Yeah,
and I rewrote the entire thing.
Yeah. Just wrote it from scratch.
Yeah.
We never have it rewrite any of that bullshit. That's a bunch of shit.
Podcasts out there that are doing it.
Yeah.
When I read their stuff, I can tell that it was written by AI.
Yeah. No. Yeah. You absolutely can tell. Yeah. So that's our hot take on that. You'll be glad to know, listeners, that we're not using it for any of that bullshit. But I mean, yeah, that's what we've been watching this week. Anything else before we wrap up this portion?
I don't think so. I need to catch up on Margot's Got Money Problems.
Oh, yeah, I need to start.
They just renewed it for a second season.
Oh, good.
Michelle
good.
Pfeiffer posted about it.
I know you like that
We are very much on team Lisa Kudrow for Best Actress in a Comedy Series.
Okay.
Jean Smart does not need another one.
No.
She does not need another one.
No.
I don't care if it's last season.
No. Take your name out the thing. Yeah, agreed.
Oh my gosh. I put on an episode of Designing Women.
Yeah.
The other morning. That show is out and wild. We need to do a Designing Women episode.
Yeah,
on
I
the
can't believe we
Patreon.
haven't. Yeah.
It was their nudist camp episode where they're
Let's do that
designing
one.
a house for a nudist camp.
Yeah. Let's do
That's
that
so.
episode.
What is up with 80s?
A
and
nudist
camps?
colony? I don't know.
And
They
nudist
just
colonies.
loved them. A colony is funny. Yeah, I'd love to do a Designing Women episode, but that'll come down the line. Maybe we'll do the nudist one. But yeah.
All right, I think that about does it.
Yes, indeed.
We should probably get on to the Patreon shout-outs.
The Patreon shout-outs. All right. Well, that means that it is time for us to say a great big hello and thank you to all of our wonderful active patrons, including Dana, Lisa, Jonathan, the other Jonathan, both Jonathans, Teresa, Robbie, Ricky, Callum, Chava, Kitchen Barbie Clubhouse, Ronnie, Matt, Carla, Megan, Andrew, Steven, SB, Sean T, Brian, Deja, Amy, Erica, Anna, our friends that had you, Drew, Andy, Kate, Roberto, Daisy, Kelly, Chrissy, Laura, Thomas, Lori, Brenna, Lawrence, Lisa, Alexis, Thomas, Millie, Benny, Melanie, Susan, Paul, Jamie, Drew, Genevieve, Dawn, Josh, Aaron, Nick and Shannon, Christine, and Rufino. Thank you so much for being patrons.
Join the Movies That Made Us Gay Patreon at patreon.com/movies that made us gay and get awesome bonus content. We have 3 levels of tiers, from a thoughtful donation at the $1 level. At the $5 level, you'll get the TV shows that keep us gay, where we pick a TV show every month and talk about it. We may end up doing Xena this month.
I think so.
After our Carl Urban discussion.
Yeah, we very well might.
At the top $10 level, you'll get the Watch With Us commentaries, where you can watch a movie along with us, and it works as its own episode. Join today, and you will also get a little shout-out on the weekly episode.
Yes, indeed.
Our summer series is coming up, too.
Summer series is coming. We're going to be redoing some classic MTMUG episodes.
If it was recorded in the first year of the episode or of the podcast, we might do a
little rewatch.
We're going to do a little new episode on it.
Yes, indeed. That's going to be really fun. So there's going to be extra podcast bonus feature drops for the Patreon all summer long. So
I usually make that available for the entire for any
all
level.
all tiers.
All
Yeah.
tiers.
Yeah. So keep an eye out for that. And we'd love it if you would subscribe on your podcast listening application. If you're on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, go ahead and subscribe. You'll get notified anytime new episodes drop. And go ahead and leave us a review. Or give us a 5-star rating. We would love that. Apple Podcast episode reviews get read on the show. Spotify, you guys are leaving reviews per individual episodes, which are great. I love that, but there's kind of a lot, so it's hard to go in and read some of those. But since we haven't had a new review on Apple Podcasts in a minute,
some new reviews.
Maybe, we could use some of those, but maybe we'll go in and read some Spotify reviews later on. But go ahead and follow us on our socials. We're most active on Instagram. We are at Movies That Made Us Gay. Like, comment, share, repost, add to your stories. All that engagement leads to reaching more listeners. So thank you so much for doing that. You can follow our personals. My name's Pete. I'm at Peter Lasagna on Instagram.
I'm Scott Youngballer on Instagram, and follow my letterbox.
Thank you so much for listening this week, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
It's De Mornay. Rebecca De Mornay.